Jane and Dan aren't overweight.
Are Jane and Dan overweight?
Are Jane and Dan overweight? No, Jane and Dan aren't overweight. They're slim.
Are they slim?
Are they slim? Yes, they're slim. They used to be overweight.
Did they used to be overweight?
Did they used to be overweight?
Bác sĩ.
Yes, they used to be overweight.
Yes, they used to be overweight. Who used to be overweight?
Who used to be overweight?
Who used to be overweight?
Well, it's Jane and Dan. Jane and Dan used to be overweight. Two years ago, Jane was overweight.
2 years ago, was Jane
2
overweight?
years ago, was Jane overweight? Yes, that's correct. Jane was overweight.
How overweight was Jane?
How overweight was Jane? Well, Jane was very overweight. 2 years ago, Anne was also overweight.
2 years ago, was Anne also overweight?
2 years ago, was Anne also overweight? Yes, Anne was also overweight. How overweight was Anne?
How overweight was
Well,
Anne?
Anne was a little overweight. 2 years ago, Jane and Anne were slim.
2 years ago, were Jane and Anne slim?
2 years ago, were Jane and Dan slim? No, they weren't slim. They were actually overweight.
How overweight were they?
How overweight were they? Well, Jane was very overweight, and Anne was a little overweight. Now, you're going to ask questions about Kate and her brother Tom. When Kate and Tom were little, they thought Santa Claus was real.
When Kate and Tom were little, did they think Santa Claus was real?
When Kate and Tom were little, did they think Santa Claus was real? Yes, they thought Santa Claus was real when they were little. They didn't think Superman was real.
Did they think Superman was real?
Did they think Superman was real? No, they didn't think Superman was real. They didn't think Batman was real.
Did they think Batman was real?
Did they think Batman was real? No, they didn't think Batman was real. They thought someone else was real. Who did they think was real? Well,
Who did
they
they
thought
think
Santa Claus was real.
Why did they think Santa Claus was real?
Why did they think Santa Claus was real? Well, it's because their mother had told them once that Santa Claus was real, and they believed her. They used to believe that Santa Claus was real.
Did they used to believe
Did they used to believe that Santa Claus was real? Yes, that's what they used to believe. When Tom was a boy, he had a friend named Nick.
When Tom was a boy, did he have a friend named Nick?
When Tom was a boy, did he have a friend named Nick? Yes, that's correct. He had a friend named Nick when he was a boy. One day, Nick told him something surprising.
One day, did Nick tell him something surprising?
Did Nick tell him something surprising one day? Yes, Nick told him something surprising one day.
What did Nick tell him?
What did Nick tell him? Well, Nick told him that Santa wasn't real.
Did Nick tell him that Santa Claus was real?
Did Nick tell him that Santa wasn't real? Yes, that's what Nick told him. When Tom realized that Santa wasn't real, he was surprised and sad.
When Tom realized the Santa Claus wasn't real, was he surprised and sad?
When Tom realized that Santa wasn't real, was he surprised and sad? Yes, he was surprised and sad. He didn't feel angry.
Did he feel angry?
Did he feel angry?
Did he feel
No,
angry?
that's not how he felt. He didn't
No,
feel
that's
angry.
not he felt. He didn't feel angry. How did he feel?
How did he feel? Well, he felt surprised and sad.
Why did he feel surprised and sad?
Why did he feel surprised and sad? Well, it's because before Nick told him the truth, he truly believed that Santa was real, and he loved Santa very much. When Tom got home, he did something he didn't want to do.
When Tom got home, what did Tom do?
What did Tom do when he got home? Well, he told Kate that Santa didn't actually exist.
Did he tell Kate that Santa didn't actually
Did
exist?
he tell Kate that Santa didn't actually exist? Yes, that's what he told her. He didn't tell Kate that the parents were sick.
Did he tell Kate that their parents were sick?
Did he tell Kate that the parents were sick? No, that's not what he told her. He told her something else.
What did he tell her?
What did he tell her? Well, he told her that Santa didn't actually exist. When Kate realized that Santa didn't exist, she cried.
When Kate realized the Santa didn't actually exist, did she cry?
When Kate realized that Santa didn't exist, did she cry? Yes, that's what happened when she realized that Santa didn't exist. She didn't cry for just a few minutes.
Did she cry for just a few minutes? Did she cry for just a few minutes?
Did she cry for just a few minutes? No, she didn't cry for just a few minutes. She cried much longer than that.
How long did she cry?
How long did she cry? Well, she cried for almost an hour.
Why did she cry for almost an hour?
Why did she cry for almost an hour? Well, it's because she has learned that Santa didn't actually exist. Now, you're going to ask questions about two sisters named Grace and Emma. Grace and Emma have pets.
Do Grace and Emma have pets?
Do Grace and Emma have pets? Yes, they have pets. Their pets are dogs.
Are their pets dogs? Are their pets dogs?
Are their pets dogs? No, their pets aren't dogs. Their pets aren't cats.
Are their pets cats?
Are their pets cats? No, their pets aren't cats.
What kind of
What kind of
animals are
animals
the
are
pets?
their pets?
What kind
Well,
of
their
animals
pets
are the
are
pets?
spiders. They think their spiders are cute.
Do they think their spiders are cute?
Do they think their spiders are cute? Yes, they think their spiders are cute. They aren't afraid of their spiders.
Are they afraid of their spiders? Are they
Are they
afraid of
afraid of
their
their
spiders?
spiders? No, they aren't afraid of their spiders.
Must have been why Jin was so mad. We won't crinkle anyone ever again. Also, we won't lie.
When they were young, they were afraid of spiders.
Were they afraid of spiders when they were young?
When they were young, were they afraid of spiders? Yes, they were afraid of spiders when they were young. They weren't afraid of birds.
Were they afraid of birds? Were they afraid of
Were
birds?
they afraid of birds? No, they weren't afraid of birds. They were afraid of something else.
What were they afraid of?
What were they afraid of? Well, they were afraid of spiders. When they were young, they didn't think spiders were cute.
Were they? Did they think spiders were cute when
When
they
they
were
were
young?
young, did they think spiders were cute? No, that's not true. They didn't think spiders was cute.
What did they think about spiders?
What did they think about spiders?
What did they
Well,
think
they
about
thought
spiders?
spiders were really scary. They didn't think spiders were interesting.
Did they think spiders were interesting?
Did they think spiders were interesting? No, they didn't think spiders were interesting.
What did they think about spiders?
What did they think about spiders? Well, they thought spiders were really scary.
Who thought spiders
Who thought
were really
spider was
scary?
really scary? Well, it was Grace and Emma who thought spiders were really scary.
It's the very end of the game. Alright, not that one. This one then. No, you don't. Leave that
One day, Grace and Emma watched the cartoon.
How can I charge it? Aha!
Did Grace and Emma watch the
Did Grace
cartoon one
and
day?
Emma watch the cartoon one day? Yes, they watched the cartoon one day. The cartoon wasn't about dogs.
Was the cartoon about dogs?
It's dangerous to plug these all
Was the cartoon about dogs? No, the cartoon wasn't about dogs.
Was
The
the cartoon about
wasn't
cats?
about cats.
Was the cartoon about cats?
No, Peter. After your homework.
Was the cartoon about cats? No, it wasn't. The cartoon was about something else.
I'm going out for a bit.
What was the cartoon about?
What was the cartoon about?
I have to finish my homework.
Well, the cartoon was about spiders.
Where is it? Ah, there you are.
The cartoon was funny.
Was the cartoon funny?
Was the cartoon funny? Yes, the cartoon was funny.
Now, finally, I can drive the...
How funny was the cartoon?
How funny was the cartoon? Well, it was very funny.
Gee.
The spiders in the cartoon weren't scary.
Was spiders in the cartoon scary?
Were the spiders in the cartoon scary? No, they weren't scary at all. The spiders in the cartoon were cute.
Were spiders in the cartoon cute?
Were the spiders in the cartoon cute? Yes, they were cute. Before they watched the cartoon, they were afraid of spiders.
Before they watched the cartoon, were they afraid of spiders?
Before they watched the cartoon, were they afraid of spiders? Yes, that's correct. Before they watched the cartoon, they were afraid of spiders. After they watched the cartoon, something interesting happened.
After what happened after they watched the cartoon?
What happened after they watched the cartoon?
What happened
No,
after they watched
after
the
they watched the
cartoon?
cartoon, their fear of spiders was completely gone. After they watched the cartoon, they weren't afraid of spiders anymore.
After they watched the cartoon, were they still afraid of spiders?
After they watched the cartoon, were they still afraid of spiders? No, they weren't. After they watched the cartoon, they weren't afraid of spiders anymore.